first guest tonight is an Emmy-winning actor, producer, writer, and our Liberty Belle of the Ball. You can watch season 4 of Abbott Elementary Wednesday nights here on ABC. Please welcome Quinta Brunson. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Thanks for coming. Have you, as a kid, did you go to the Liberty Bell? Was it like a regular thing that children would do in Philadelphia?
It's like going to the corner store. Like, it's just the bodega for people who are New Yorkers. You just go. They take you there on a field trip, and then you go on another field trip 2 weeks later, and then you go on another field trip there 3 weeks later, and you're like, oh, yeah, we don't have a budget, so they're just putting us on the bus for $2 to go see the Liberty Bell.
And are kids disappointed in the Liberty Bell? Do they care?
I think as a kid, you don't know what's cool about it. It's a big bell, and you've seen small bells, and then you see a big one.
Yeah.
And the crack is, you know, it's whatever. You're like, yeah. But you kind of learn. I used to like drawing the Liberty Bell. I went to art school, and then we would go there to draw, and that was really kind of beautiful because it has beautiful lines on it.
Maybe it's because I'm not a kid, but I feel like the Liberty Bell used to be a bigger deal than it is now.
No, it was.
Yeah.
You were getting hit with, like, all the American propaganda when you were in school.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was too, but now kids are a little bit off that. So it's
wonder
true.
why.
They're just, they're not as into it. I think if you put like a big picture of like Chapel Roan in the Independence Hall, they probably would
They would be more excited.
Yeah, they'd be more excited to go.
Pledging their allegiance to Chapel Roan. Are you wearing this color for any particular reason?
You know why, Jimmy.
I figured.
Are you wearing that color for any reason?
Yes, I am. That's
what's
right.
the reason?
Because I'm rooting for the New York Mets tonight, and also I'd like to see the Dodgers win their series.
I know.
You are rooting for the Phillies. What?
And the Dodgers.
And
I'm
the
rooting for the
Dodgers.
Phillies and the Dodgers. I'm rooting for the Phillies and the Dodgers.
You know the Mets are about to eliminate your Phillies. Yeah, it's 4-1 right now. Yeah, that's got to be tough.
Is this professional? Is this okay?
No, this is
Do y'all know what he's doing?
Yeah, I'm watching the game on TV right now. It's a weird thing because you'd think I'd be distracted, but I would actually be more distracted not knowing what the score is.
I get that. I get that. You know, it's giving Red October, but I had to pull away from the Eagles for that reason. I had to stop. You know, I didn't want to watch the game. I didn't want to be about it because I thought that being more involved would make me happy. But I realized you should try divesting from it.
Really?
Yeah. I was at Universal Studios during the last Eagles game because I didn't watch the game. And then I was at Harry Potter Land, and this man was there. Do you know the bar at Harry Potter Land?
Yes, I know about it, yeah.
Anyway, that bar is fire. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and all I see is this depressed man in an Eagles jersey go up to the Harry Potter bar. He's like, can I get a butterbeer with extra whiskey, please? I was like, you have to divest. You could be having so much fun. But yeah.
So you're saying the best way to root for your team is to not watch any of the games?
Yes. Yes, I really feel that way.
I have a gift for you because I think, you know what, there's a lot of animosity between New York and Philadelphia when it comes to sports.
Yes.
And I think this is something that maybe you would treasure, a little Pete Alonso bobblehead doll for you to take home. And you can put this on, you know what would be fun? Put it on the dashboard of your car and you can watch his head little bounce around and you can think of all his home runs.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's going in my car, isn't it? Oh, you know what I wanted to talk to you about? Something really weird happened the last time you were here.
Yes.
You had a big show coming up. You had we knew you had a big celebrity cameo on the show. And I just kind of blurted out who I thought it was.
Yeah, you did.
And then it turned out to be right.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. It was Bradley Cooper.
Yes, it was Bradley Cooper.
And it could have been a lot of people because there are a lot of big celebrities.
It could have been a lot of people. Why did you guess that? Like,
I don't know. Just popped into my head. Yeah.
I was really mad that day, too.
You were mad?
Ooh, I'm gonna get Jimmy. Ooh, because I knew my face wasn't, my face didn't save it that well. I thought that I did a good job.
Let's take a look at your face at that moment. Is it a Philadelphia celebrity?
I'm not saying
Is it
I'm
Bradley
not, I'm not
Cooper?
saying anything to you right now.
I know, but if
not
I
saying
say
anything
it,
to
then
you.
we can go back next time you're here and look at your face and see what it looks like when you're lying. So let's now look at your face at that moment and see, and we can see what it looks like when you are not telling. Oh, you do have a. You did look very
I have
guilty.
like a small toe, I think. I don't think it's as crazy now that I cut my hair off, though. I don't think you could tell as much. The ponytail is shaking too much. You got too much shake. You can't get that anymore.
I say just don't play poker at like a local casino. It'd be my advice to you.
And I don't. I keep
And
my
you don't.
money.
Yeah.
That's
You
what I
had
do.
like a. I was hearing about this game night you had at. Was it
Yes.
at your house?
No, that was not my home. That
You
was
hosted it with Questlove.
I hosted it with Questlove, who is a friend from Philly
Mm-hmm.
and was on also on Abbott last season.
Mm-hmm.
And he throws game night in New York, and he wanted to throw one in LA, but he doesn't live here. So I was kind of the LA connection to the LA people.
Who was at the game night? Do you mind saying?
Me. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Bradley Cooper?
No. Ben Staples, Thundercat,
Wow.
Monica Lewinsky.
Really?
Yeah, she wasn't my invite, but it's like when you have Monica Lewinsky next to Zach Fox, that's like not something you should I don't know, or J.J. Abrams next to Thundercat is a weird mix. Wayne Brady and like Weird Al, I thought.
Wayne Brady and Weird Al.
Yeah, which it got there, and
Oh yeah, that is Wayne Brady and Weird Al, and Pamela Adlon there
and Pamela
too.
Adlon, who's such a sweetie, and
Is that Jenga they're playing?
they're playing Jenga, but you don't know, it gets scary. You don't want the wrong people to fight. And at first I was like, ooh, Wayne Brady and Weird Al. But then if they were gonna fight, I was like, ooh, Wayne Brady and Weird Al.
Who do you think would win in a fight between Wayne Brady and Weird Al?
It could get weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like weirdly Weird Al would.
You do?
Yeah, I think Wayne Brady's like too nice, and Weird Al could. I don't know. He could take
like
somebody out.
Weird Al, I feel like Wayne would beat Weird Al. And it's just mostly because of the hair, because really, you grab hold of that hair and there's
That's
weirdness going
true.
nowhere.
Oh, you make a good point.
Were you in charge of pairing the people up?
I was not.
You were not.
I was not, and normally I'm very intense about parties, but so I.
You had an episode like that.
I did.
Of
That
the
was
show.
one of the ways in which Janine and I are similar. I like to put people in sections during parties.
Mm-hmm. How do you figure out what sections people go in?
When I do it,
Yeah.
I want everyone to fall in love. So whether you fall in love with a friend or a lover or someone you're gonna marry.
Whether it's Wayne or Weird. falling
Weird,
in love
I
together.
know.
Yeah.
But I like to be like, those people will be by that section of the pool, and the lights will be dim over there, and the crickets kind of go over there. They're gonna fall in love, those two people. Or I'll be like, you guys, no one go in that bathroom over there, right? But I know two specific people are gonna go in that bathroom because they're weirdos and they're nasty.
They don't
I know
listen.
they're gonna go in. They don't listen, but what they don't know is I'm doing jujitsu, and I want them to go in there.
I see.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you know them well enough to know what they are going to do, even if they're
Yeah.
told not to. And does it ever work? Have you had anyone married because of these pairings that you do?
So not married yet.
Oh.
I'm working on it. But I
Okay.
have some pairs who are currently in situationships.
How many?
Like 4 or 5.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, and if they get married, I want nothing. But I do want to be at the wedding, and I want to sit next to the grandmother. I want to be important.
That seems reasonable. You get to sit
Yes.
next to Grandma.
Yeah,
You
what
wanna
does she do?
You
I
want to
put
sit
them
next to
together.
Grandma, huh?
Yeah, I do.
You know that's going to be at least the quietest table, right? Because you don't put
Yes.
Grandma next to the speaker.
Yes, and I don't want to give a speech, but I want them to give a speech about me. Kind of. Like,
Quinta Brunson is here with us. Abbott Elementary is back. We'll be right back. We're back with Quinta Brunson, who plays Janine on Abbott Elementary. Your character and Gregory, they've been kind of will they, won't they for 3 seasons now, and finally they did.
finally, they will.
You made another match. You've got another match that you are responsible for.
Yes, it was really great to be able to just get their characters together. And I think there's something so fun about the dating phase for young couples. The actually, I like you, you like me. What are the, let's be together. What are the new problems? Like, what are the quirks you have to deal with? What are the idiosyncrasies? How do they put the toilet paper on the roll? Things like that that come up that is real relationship stuff. And I think that's fun. We did the, oh my God, I like you, you like me for a long time. So I feel like this is a very exciting
I'm glad you
phase.
got rid of that old boyfriend. He was no good at all. Right?
You know, he wasn't my real boyfriend.
Well, whatever. You know. Do you, as the executive producer of the show, do you have to deal with like HR issues? Is that something that that you come across?
I think, I don't care what anyone tells you, there's not one business production something in America that doesn't eventually have to deal with some version of HR.
And then do you think about yourself, like you've had jobs, obviously, regular jobs before this.
Yes.
Did you ever get in trouble with HR? No, no, good.
I knew how not to get in trouble with HR.
How would you not get in trouble with HR?
What I did, because like when I was younger, you don't show up to work smelling like weed. You smoke before, you get a Febreze.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Pop a mint.
Yeah.
No one knows.
And then you're okay.
Yeah.
But
I don't do that anymore. That was when I was young and didn't have many responsibilities.
So if you show up to work that you're running the show and someone smells suspiciously like Febreze, do you keep it quiet or do you reprimand?
You can't bring someone to HR for smelling like Febreze.
You can't. Okay. You guys are doing, I love this idea, and I'm so happy you're doing it. You're doing a crossover episode with the Always Sunny in Philadelphia group, which is...
I love it.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That used to happen all the time in the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah.
It almost never happens anymore.
I know. I was very inspired by watching a lot of shows over the pandemic. Like, I just was binging, like, Family Matters and Full House and stuff like that. And I was shocked at how shocked I was when Steve Urkel showed up on
There's
the
something
Full House
about
set.
it that's thrilling.
I was screaming at my TV. And Rob McElhenney, who created Always Sunny, along with that team, something came up online and he kind of was like, someone said this seems like a Sunny episode. He's like, this seems like an Abbott episode. And then we kind of connected over that. And then we really connected in person. And I just get along with him and his team so well that we felt like we could actually do this.
Is Danny DeVito on your episode?
He is on
Yes,
it.
that's exciting.
It's really exciting.
Yeah.
And he is fantastic and just a joy to work with, work around, and down for whatever.
Right,
which
yeah.
is crazy because he's up there in age, and I just love that he's showing up like more enthusiastic than the 15-year-old. Like, he's just ready to...
Some of the strongest like TV crossover memories I have are like of Happy Days and Fonzie and Fonzie on Laverne and Shirley.
Yes.
Well, Mork coming to Happy Days or whatever. You know Henry Winkler, right?
I know Henry so well. Henry has been so very sweet to me since I stepped foot in this industry.
Is that right? You've known him that long?
I have. Well, yeah. The first Emmy cycle, he embraced Abbott and me very deeply, which meant a lot to me because award cycles can be wild, and it's kind of nice to have someone as an anchor. And he got my phone number, and he would call me, and not just text me, but call me and leave me voicemails. And he left me a voicemail that I have. Because I told him backstage, and I asked Henry if I could play it for you.
Oh, will you play it for us?
I did.
Oh, great. Okay,
And
great. This is a real voicemail.
This is a real voicemail. This is one of the first voicemails he ever left me.
Okay.
And it's so grandfather coded.
Okay, here we go.
Henry Winkler here. I know my number comes up anonymous, but I am so happy to be able to call you and wish you and your family the happiest of holidays. And
so
I feel so special. I have your phone number.
I think Wait, you guys are missing it. Wait, hold on.
Maybe you don't look anymore on Twitter, but your appearance on Saturday Night Live was inspired. Oh my Lord. The rerun, the first one, the rerun, that skit in the car.
What reruns are you watching?
Oh my God. That's all I have to say. Enjoy your turkey or whatever you have on Thanksgiving. Love you. Bye.
This is the sweetest man. The sweetest man in the world.
All right.
The best.
Well, hopefully when he comes out here next, maybe he'll have a voicemail from you to share.
I heard he writes you letters.
He sends me a lot of emails.
But he never left you a voicemail, though.
I mean, no, you're right. He hasn't left me a voicemail, but now he's going to leave me a lot of voicemails. Yeah. And we did fish together for an entire day. Have you been fishing with Henry?
hope the Mets lose.
By the way, the Mets are winning 4-1. Yes. Abbott Elementary, watching Wednesday nights.
Thank you. Yes, please watch
At
Abbott.
9:30 here on ABC, and then it streams the next day on Hulu. The great Quinta Brunson, everybody. We'll be back with Henry Winkler.